Hey Reddit, what was the saddest moment in your life? My coworker's friend found out she was pregnant just before her husband tragically died in a car accident. A few weeks after giving birth, she accidentally smothered her baby while breastfeeding. My coworker came to work devastated, unable to talk to customers, just crying in her office. It made me see how small my problems really are. My mom passed away 2 days before my 19th birthday, and we had her funeral and buried her the day after it. 11 years later, I still can't find it in myself to celebrate my birthday. Happened the other day. A mom was visiting her daughter in residential eating disorder treatment. I went to let them know that visiting was up. They were laying on a bed, holding each other, the mom kissing her daughter on the head and telling her how much she loves her while the kid sobbed. I've seen lots of sad tragic shit in my life, but this one broke my heart. Coming home from work to find my beloved 48-year-old husband dead on the sofa. Not drugs. An elderly woman crying at the bank because her son stole her life savings from her and went missing. My sister passed away of a ruptured brain aneurysm 6 weeks after her wedding. Her husband took his own life 8 years later. Was in a restaurant. A small boy was trying to ask his mom a question. She just kept ignoring him, and when she finally turned to him, she told him to shut up, play on your tablet. His face after that was the saddest thing, kinda broke my heart TBF. The interesting thing is that some of us have not gone through it yet. My son was 3 months old. I couldn't stop buying $300,000 worth of heroin a day. The love I experience from him is the greatest emotion I have ever experienced, and it wasn't enough to get my clean. 3 years clean. He is turning 4 on July 1st. I have him more than 50. His love is what finally made me put the work and effort in to be a positive role model for him and be active in his life. The day my father killed himself. When my 21-year-old brother was killed in a car wreck. It will be 32 years next month, and today is his birthday. I miss you, lil bro. At a convention, a dad and his son waited to play Mario Kart 8. The son got distracted playing another demo. When their turn came, the dad wanted his son to join, but got refused as the son was busy playing Star Fox Zero. The dad tried playing alone with a Nintendo helper, but seemed disheartened. It was clear he just wanted to spend time with his son at the convention. My brother dying. 25 years old, 2 young kids, heart condition he didn't know he had. The day I got divorced for the second time. I was 29 and felt like the biggest failure. I think I was 15 at the time when I figured out that my mom had me because her friends were all having babies and my dad married my mom because someone told him to get married. I know the future holds the true saddest moment of my life, but for now, seeing my ex for the last time after she moved out. We met in a parking lot to exchange some items. She decided to jump into my arms and hug me tighter than ever before while bawling her eyes out. It was too late at that point, the damage had been done, and we both knew it was the last time we would see each other. I loved her more than anything. Breaks my heart every time I drive past that lot. Literally this last month, I don't know what to do with my life and am desperate. My childhood friend, more like a sister to me, ended her life back of depression. My dad went on vacation to Myrtle Beach. Our relationship had been shoddy at the best of times, but we had been doing pretty well for about 2 years at this point. Right after my youngest son was born, he came around and we seemed to tolerate each other more on his trip. He went swimming, dove under, and never woke up. He was declared brain dead with absolutely no reason, was cremated and mailed home. We live in Michigan. Still can't tell you why or how he died. I have 2. My dad died when I was 2. When I was a teenager, I had this dream. I was at the beach playing in the water. I waddled in deeper. I was scared. Suddenly a pair of hands picked me up out of the water, carrying me to safety. I found out that we as a family did go on holiday to the beach when my dad was alive. It might be a memory. My second one was when my daughter was born. I couldn't hold her, as she was born at 30 weeks. I begged to at least to see her, but they denied my request as daughter was rushed to special care baby unit. I couldn't see her until my epidural wore off, which took hours. Seeing that little baby no bigger than my hand sleeping in an incubator broke my heart. When I brought my twin daughter to a psych inpatient unit for suicidal intentions, and she told me on the way into the building that if she did eventually go through with killing herself, it wasn't my fault, and she knew that I did all I could. This was 4.5 years ago, and I still cry when I remember it. Thankfully her life was saved, but I am ever vigilant. 2 days after finding out my mom had terminal cancer, I came home from visiting her to find that my boyfriend had moved out and left his keys on the counter. I had already lost my dad in 2017. He left when I needed someone most. Saying goodbye to my soulmate Katie last year. Honestly, After spending a relatively long time thinking over this question, I realize my life hasn't been very sad. I mean, sure, there was a fair bit of craziness, ups and downs, rough and rumbles, and all of that as one experiences, but none of it in any sense particularly tragic. My sympathies to all of the rest of you in this thread with your substantial tragedies. To all of you, I truly wish you're doing better. The day my dad passed away,